G'day. Fucking in my eyes. Well, I trust all y'all's holidays went well.
Yeah, it went well. Not too bad. Not too bad. Some of us are just starting to store up and about, but
That's good.
had
I
a
just...
conversation with Indy today.
Indy's around.
Yeah, he's around.
Is he around now?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. But I do believe he does want to have a talk with you.
That'd be ideal. I've been trying to get a hold of him for a while now.
Yeah.
What the
We had quite a lengthy conversation.
I imagine so. And how are they faring these days?
Worried. Confused. But I'm probably letting him talk to you about it.
Alright. I ain't had a chance to look at my telegrams for a few days. The storm took me.
Yeah. It's been quite interesting. The West is back alive again.
That's what I like to hear.
So this meeting, we'll be there for it.
That makes me glad.
So who's gonna be there?
All other factions of the West have responded with a yes as well. The Fort was the final faction I was waiting on. You've given a yes. Rathskeller has given a yes. Los Alvardados have given a yes. And them Thieves Landing Heyday kids have given a yes.
Right. That is going to be quite interesting.
It will be. But the intention is to provide a setting where men and women of the West can come to talk together as Westerners, nothing more, nothing less, just a setting for people to say their piece.
Where do you plan on having this?
I haven't decided yet, but I want it to be on even grounds out west. No one's home turf. Just a place where we can all meet. When I have it, you'll know.
Right. And what exactly are we discussing at this talk?
I want to give people the chance to come forward and say what they envision for the West, what they think some current hurdles are for it, and just a setting for people to properly talk. I'll have more information in the coming week or two.
As of lately, Fort Mercer, as the only group that has been defending the West. Now you've been doing it, but you are your own man. But group-wise, Mercer is the only one defending the West. Actually trying to do fucking shit about it.
And that is what I want to raise as well, because the law are consolidating power more and more every year. They're coming at this place harder than I've ever seen. What do we all plan to do about it? These are the many things I want to talk about.
We are going to continue on our journey, Barnett. But it is something that I will be bringing up very strongly.
You and anyone else from your fort who wants to say their piece is more than welcome.
Now, the thing is, we are fine. We ain't looking to hold anybody's hands. We ain't looking to stop all other people's homes, sit down and talk. We want to be left the fuck alone.
As
But
is
if
your right.
these people want to claim that they want to help the West or want to defend the West, trying to call themselves Westerners, and yet they do fuck all about it, well, guess I'm gonna have a big problem with that.
I imagine so. But like I said, the intention for this meeting isn't to hold hands with nobody. It ain't about that. It is providing a setting for men and women of the West to meet. That is all I intend to do. And if all bodes well, it might be the largest gathering we've had in years. We'll see. I am glad to hear you've accepted.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, Barney, I'll go and hear what other people have to say. I'm gonna tell you how it is.
Good. I'm gonna check my telegrams very quickly.
Sure, we're gonna head back to the fort and we're gonna lay our heads.
Alright, you'll take care.
Yeah, see you around, Barney.
Good night. Indy, let's meet with Indy. Indy. Okay, how long ago was that? Indy, that was a good few hours ago. Moon Fraser. Moon wants to talk, okay. Mercer will be there, yes, okay. Guys. We have everyone locked in. Okay, Solomon Graves. Oh, Solomon Graves wants to meet. Okay. Okay. Your eyes only. Destroy after reading. My dear friend, I'm reaching out personally because things are going to be interesting in the coming days. I'll be asking you to destroy this telegram after reading. I'm trying to get some people on the inside of... inside of the West, I mean. I do not intend to throw weight around the desert once again. I am, however, still playing games with people's lives. One still being St. John. I've told him that he is going after the fort. I've been told by him that he's going after the fort, and by loose association yourself. This part must be secret. No one, even Dahlia can know. I've offered. Oh my fucking. He declined. But has recently. This part must be secret. No one, even Dahlia, can know. I've offered him mercenaries. He declined, but has recently telegrammed me that he wishes to renegotiate. This will make it look like myself and Indigo have betrayed the West, and everyone must believe that if their performance is to be believable, you and the fort must fight them. But should the day come when the clouds cover the sky, by the end looks near, just know the world can and will shift in an instant. Your brother in bloodshed, California.
Build a website you love with
Well.
Howdy.
Howdy, Indy. Howdy.
You're looking well. I'm surprised. And pleased, all at once.
I've been much better recently.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. The last time we met, I was rather disappointed in you.
Lots of disappointment to go around these days, it seems.
That I can agree with.
So, what do I owe the pleasure of snakeskin and, well, I just telegrammed you.
I know, I was coming to see if you did.
I'd very much like to speak.
Who would you like to speak with first?
think he would like to speak to you, indeed.
I see. We can go somewhere to speak if you like. If you don't mind speaking at Benedict, I don't mind either.
I'd rather go elsewhere. Never know who's around.
That's true.
When it comes to St. John over here, we already done our speaking a couple of days back. Don't have much to say to you.
There's not much to say to you today either. I guess we'll have to see how this conversation goes.
Well, Indy, if you'd like to go elsewhere, feel free to mount up.
All right.
Doing all right, Desert?
Yeah, I'm alright, partner.
No.
Well, I suppose. But if I don't get back to you today, feel free to telegram chat.
You've been hard to reach.
Ah, yes, I was in California and then Sisika.
Why in Sisika?
Why indeed? I could tell you more about it when we find some place to sit and talk. Suppose it's no secret.
You know, what do you think about Sam's grave?
Oh, sure, that's a nice place. Are you skilled with getting a horse up there, or shall we walk up there? I have to admit, I'm not skilled at maneuvering a horse up there.
I know a place to leave the horses and walk.
Is Sam's grave not behind us?
It is.
Ah. This is a good spot at Red Lance's home.
I was riding with Red Lance recently.
I did get a telegram from him. He said that he was spending a lot of time with Moon Fraser again.
I've gotten to know the man. I like him.
Moon is a good man. I learned a lot from Moon back in my early days. He was my first gang leader, you know, him and Marquise.
He spoke highly of you.
He's a good man. Makes me smile. He did call me his son. To think we're old enough for that.
He is someone I would very much like in the West.
Yeah, he's a good one. What can I say? Marquise didn't have no Muppet for children. You know, Moon meant a lot to Sam as well. Sam was Moon's second for a very long time.
I remember. Had a lot more pimples on my face back then. Snot-nosed teenager.
I think we all did. Elsa.
I've been feeling them more closely these coming months and these past months.
Feeling what?
The ones beneath the ground, the ones that stir the air around us. The ones we lost.
I understand. That's something you and Moon share in common. He too feels those that he lost. He said it was Josie who led him to you and Sawyer. Did he tell you that?
Vaguely. He strikes me as a man that understands pain and years of it.
That he is. Yes. He also knows what it's like to rebuild himself after devastation, which makes him stronger than most and more resilient than any other. He's very much like you, but I think he's kinder.
What were you doing with St. John?
He invited me to see his ranch. I think he wanted to show it off.
Did he tell you that we got into a shootout there and my friend pissed on it? Ended up putting one of them down?
He did. He did, tell me that, and he also told me, or was it Julian that told me that they cut down Oscar?
Yes.
What a curious little bunch of people there.
He has a scar running along his belly. That
He
Julian.
showed me that too and told me it was from you. Both Sarah and I said that he was perhaps over his head with taunting you.
They stand as a testament to what's already fallen. Gaggles of vigilantes, I've seen it all before. You've seen it. I know how it starts, I know how it ends. And I know the cost it will have on everyone.
Yes, I suppose so.
Can I ask you something?
Always.
What am I to you?
You're my brother.
Do you love me?
Yes. I love you enough to be honest with you and to build you up, regardless if you want that or not.
Zoe, St. John, Huxley, what they all did to me in my captivity, shattered me into 1,000 pieces and then some. Pieces I'm still trying to pick back up. I was gone. I was here but not here when you all brought me back to this place. But before that, there was the cellar. The cellar where they kept me. Where the rats nibbled on my boot leather. Where I spent so long in the dark that even with my eyes open, they started to make shapes. Those shapes you see when you squeeze your eyes so tight. Only I didn't even need to do that. I just had to keep my eyes open and my mind would form shapes. It'd get cold. The water would freeze on the ground. And then the hatch opens and there they are. Above me. St. John trying to say that this is all a misunderstanding. Zoe trying to say that this is all a misunderstanding and she didn't want any part of it. But I think that was them convincing themselves. They knew that by having me there was leverage. If Zoe ever got caught.
Don't let Zoe fool you. I heard from Serafina that it was her idea to keep you. Does that surprise you?
No.
When Serafina made a gesture to telegram Sawyer, Zoe rejected it. But I think you knew that. So don't let Zoe fool you.
I was ready for the end. But like always, the end never seems to come. When I woke, I had no soul. My soul had been stolen by Zoe, by Huxley when he stabbed me in the back, by St. John and his petulant ramblings and contradictions. I said things that I didn't mean to you, to Growler, in that tent.
You hurt me deeply when you said that. Because when I heard it was all for nothing, what it sounded like to me was that Zip died for nothing. Rowan, Isaac, and Josie, even Bodhi, they all died for nothing.
Yeah,
I was
so
very upset by that.
would sound like that, wouldn't it?
I'm still upset about it. St. John asked if we were fighting. I told him yes. But we fight like brothers should, and brothers do.
I want to tell you something and I want you to know that I mean it.
Yes?
I may have given up on myself that day, but I never gave up on the West. And I never will.
Good. I never want to see you like that again. If you were to die in such a pitiful state, I would be irate. If you're not riding at your peak and dying the way that you want to for the West, then I won't accept any other lifestyle for you.
So,
Hmm?
you say that
You go.
you say that you love me. You say that I'm your brother. So why do you dine with the people that put me down there?
To make you
made me
angry.
like this?
To make you angry. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you, Daza. To lie to you would be dishonest to our relationship. I was so furious after you left and said what you did that I rode out. Danya had to jump on the back of my horse in order to catch me. And then within 5 minutes of leaving Wapiti, I ran into fucking St. John and Zoe. I was irate, so I screamed at them. I told them that they could follow me wherever they wanted, but I wasn't inviting them. But they followed regardless, so I allowed them to. And I thought, well, if they're here now, I might as well use them to my benefit. If you were feeling nothing, then I would show you what nothing was. And I brought them to Braithwaite, and I simply sat there and allowed them to talk away. I don't even remember what they said. I wasn't even listening. I thought that perhaps you might come to Braithwaite, see them, be angry, and feel something. I'd rather be your enemy, Daza, and allow you to rise to greater heights than to be your friend or compadre and watch you wallow in self-pity. I love you. You are my brother. You will rise. You will not sink to despicable lows. So I waited there for you, but only the boy came. I figured that was better than nothing, because at least the boy would tell you. And in Then I would really see if you meant it was all for nothing, because if it was, you wouldn't care that I was sitting with St. John and Zoe. But you do care, and that's why I believe you when you said it wasn't all for nothing. I had to be sure in an extreme way. Unfortunately, Danya was simply just there, and so was Evelyn. But I wasn't going to turn them away, they were lonely, so I brought them with me as well. Does that clear up any misconceptions or questions that you might have?
So this was a part of your plan all along? To bolster
To
me?
motivate you? I've always had that plan, Daza, ever since we met. To make you greater, to make Zip greater, to make Rowan greater, to fulfill your dreams.
You know, when I was talking with St. John, shortly before he pulled out his elephant rifle, declared himself a vigilante and tried to take me in. Because that's what it's been. I have not been seeking out St. John. He's the one that constantly keeps trying to step to me. Every shootout we've been in, he has started. But that's neither here or there. I told St. John, I told him that he is a man defined by another woman. That every decision he makes with Zoe's reaction at the back of his mind, because he seeks her approval and he seeks her return into his life. Because ever since what happened to me, she pushed away from him, and he has never forgiven himself, nor do I think he's forgiven me. But that's the thing. Everyone looks at St. John as the main problem of the West. But do you know what I think?
What do you think?
I think if you look at those trees down there, you see the leaves. The leaves are the Julians, the Murdochs, the mercenaries. Underneath those leaves are branches. One of those branches is St. John, and those branches connect to a trunk, a tree trunk. And in that tree trunk is the core of the tree. You know who that is?
Zoe Winters?
Yes.
Yes.
She has always been the source. From day one, she has always been the one who has killed more men and women than you and I combined. The quill killer, the outlaw killer, the one who unsteadied Zip's hand, the one who took Isaac from us. She is, and always will be, a very calculated person, shielded and smothered by these false layers of kindness that she presents to others, but beneath that kind facade is a very calculated person that has a lot of power in the West. Who else do you remember turned in their badge and about 8 people followed?
No one. She is the only one.
Zoe turns in a badge, St. John does the same, Huxley does the same, Cliff Otis does the same, Frank Sachs does the same. A whole litany of people follow. That is what you call power. Your actions, they make others follow suit. And I said to St. John, you're the head, but the neck is Zoe, because she controls which direction you turn. And he didn't deny it. But what he responded to me was something I found interesting. He said, do you know who your neck is? The one who controls you. He said, "Your neck is Indy. He manipulates you. He controls you.
Daza, can you even recall a time where you took my word of advice and actually did it?
I can, actually.
Oh, I see. You can remember one more instance than I can.
The last time I remember doing something that you asked of me was Lamb's Claw. After you came back. After we all sacrificed a lot to get you and
Yes,
Travis
but
out.
Yes, but I didn't guide you with that. I asked you a favor and you did it all on your own. I certainly didn't plan the masterpiece that you did at
I didn't do it all on my
Quill
own.
Hill.
Of
Yes,
course
yes,
I
you did
chose
it with
to.
all of our people.
The point is,
This is a ranger.
the point is, yes, I did it of my own fruition. I did it because I wanted to. People were telling me, why can't Indy do it herself? Why do you have to do it for them? And I said, because when a brother is in need, I will not turn them down. People saw it as an act of errand running, unnecessary errand running. But I did it because I loved you, and you were my brother. I'm biased when it comes to you, Indy.
I am the same when it comes to you, Daza. Don't worry. You could do the unspeakable, and I would still love you.
Which is why these table seatings with St. John, these meetings with him, these times I see the both of you together, I'd like to ask you how you'd feel if someone shoved you in a deep dark hole. And let's say Cucamonga did that to you. Shoved you in a deep hole, and then we did everything we could in our power to get you out, and when you returned to us, you were gnawing on your own tongue, barely sound of mind. Would you feel a particular way about me going to Cucamonga and asking him for help on how to fix you?
I probably would. I'm not gonna lie. I probably would be upset. I never asked them how to fix you. I simply used them to see if you would come and be angry. They babbled on about how they would fix you and carried on. I never disagreed with them, but I never agreed with them. I simply let them babble.
You said the word used. You're using them, you're using people.
I most certainly use people. I can't use a gun, so I use other weapons.
I want to ask you again, what am I to you?
You're my brother.
Am I a chess piece?
No, I don't think so. I am a chess piece. But you, I don't think so. Does that surprise you? That I see myself as a chess piece? I imagine St. John put that in your head, yes? He's simply angry because he is a pawn in our plan. So he thinks everybody is pawns. He taunts me by putting chess pieces on my house and around my yard and carrying on, so I give them back to him, just to keep the taunt going. You see, he did something similar with Amberlynn that I've never gotten over with. So, I do the same gang back to him. No, I don't think that you are a chess piece, Daza, but I am one.
You know, when I stand beside you right now, I feel a great sense of the past whenever I look at you. All the things that we've been through, all the people we've lost.
I said the same thing to Serafina. Today, even. I feel the same when I stand beside you.
There's another feeling there, though, that's been festering for a while.
I imagine so. Do tell me. I'm sure it's the same feeling that Serafina already told me today.
I don't feel like I know you anymore. I don't know who
Yeah,
I'm
it's just-
talking to.
It is the same one. She called me a chameleon she could not recognize.
Who am I talking to, Indy? I need to know.
Talking to Indigo.
Am I talking to Indy, my brother? Aquil? Am I talking to Indy, the one who settled and moved away? Am I talking to Indy, the one who maneuvers and uses people? The one who hates St. John? Who am I talking to right now?
You know, Daza, have I ever told you the story about how I became a quill?
Enlighten me.
You know how you became a quill and how the others became quills. Zip seen something in them and he chose them. He chose you, Daza. He did not choose me. I was thrust upon him by Cecily. We were standing in Armadillo, and Cecily was worried that I was far too different for the West and that I would get eaten up out here. This was right after Moon Fraser's gang had disintegrated. You see, Moon was a great leader for me. He was different, calculated. He protected me. But when he was gone, Cecily panicked, and she asked Zip to take me under his wing in hopes that it would change me into more of a Westerner. Zip owed Cecily a favor, so he said sure, why not? He did not choose me. I came to him and he worked with what he had. That is why he taught me the lesson of the deer, because he knew I would never be powerful like you. He knew I would never be resourceful like Barton, or loyal like Rowan, or fearless like Jonesy. He knew from the get-go that I was crafty. He kept me around anyways. Because in the West, individuality is key. That drive to walk as a leader is indispensable here. I am the odd man out as a quill. But I still am a quill. I'm still talking to you as Indy. You're Indy. The one that Zip Quill raised. I'm just a little different than you.
You
You
have
could call me. You go, I'm zip monologuing. Please interrupt me.
Do you feel the same way that I do? Time can be unkind, and time can show us a lot of things. Time has shown me that some things remain the same, yet others change even when you don't want them to.
Yes, I feel that way.
I look to the past with a rose-tinted lens. You're in that past. But the fact of the matter, it still stays. The truth of it is, I feel like I don't know you anymore.
Perhaps. Perhaps I'm a little bit more honest with myself. I am a chameleon, like Serafina said.
It's like that family that you used to play in the yard with, climb trees with. From childhood, you remember those all fondly, and then time goes by and you see them after many years of perhaps not seeing them, and they're just a different person entirely. Or maybe you were always like this. Maybe meeting sunshine. Maybe all the dining with people. The meetings with Travis, with the railroad company. These companies. These financial ventures and business endeavors. Maybe that changed how you felt about things. Because I'd be lying if I said I hadn't changed too. But the effects and extents of my change differ. I've gone deeper into a hole, and it's like you've gone and hopped into an opposite one. You do these things. These things that are unlike the Indy I met in my first days. Yes, a chameleon of sorts. Changing shades. But I don't want to speak to a shade of Indy, I want to speak to the real Indy. Am I?
Yes, this is the real Indy standing beside you. I still love you, all the same, Daza. And I still feel the same. I just have different goals. And instead of following behind you and holding onto the back of your coat with bright eyes, I now walk beside you, with my chin held high. You see, I am no longer a follower. I lead now. I don't have a gaggle of people behind me, but I have a goal in my mind that I want to pursue for myself. And for that, I think we walk alongside each other, but on very different paths. But I still call you my brother. Just because I don't follow you doesn't mean that I'm not your brother. But we do have different goals. And I will associate with St. John and his little gaggle of people he has on his farm or ranch or whatever it is. But not because I want to hurt you, it's because I must.
Why must you?
There's a certain lesson in the deer that must be carried out even though it takes so long. To humble somebody who needs humbling takes a creative sorts. You see, it's easy to defeat someone in battle. It's easy to get that short, temporary satisfaction of wounding somebody, but in order to dismantle them completely, you must first start at the foundation, and it takes a little bit of time to do that. I am simply walking my way towards that foundation. I'm sorry, I was unable to get out the proper word there, so I had to change it.
You know, I think about every atrocity that has been enacted on me the past few months, where I almost gave up on myself, where I wondered these planes gnawing on my tongue, my mind slipping from me, and it all goes back to that gun, Lamb's Claw.
It is a pretty meaningful gun. I'm not going to lie.
I guess maybe one could agree that my decision to help you with that gun is what almost cost me my sanity in the first place.
You give me too much credit. I simply thought it was because you fist-foughted, St. John, and he pushed you over.
No. The gun led to the cage. The cage led to St. John's resentment. St. John's resentment led to him attacking me first at that station, which then led to me hitting my head on that rock, which then led to me being put down there in the dark, which led to so many other things, Indy. But it all stems from that gun. If you really trace it back, don't you think?
Perhaps. No, the lamb's claw has a very unique name. Lambs don't have claws. They don't have anything that enables them to attack. They are simply prey animals. There's a certain kind of person that matches that description. People like Danya. People like me. Softer people, or people who are not as alarming as people like you who are clear wolves. The lamb's claw is a weapon that people like me wield. Because it is a surprise when you find out that lambs have claws. Because the only way a lamb can have claws is if it's actually a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a beautiful name for a gun, don't you agree?
I don't think I ever will forget that name for as long as I remember that cellar. Lamb's Claw.
Thank you for getting it back from me. The price you paid was more than I ever expected that you would. I quite honestly thought that St. John would submit after the Sea of Coronado. And I'm even more thankful that you are standing up now. Every time I hear that you
What's
were in a
Indy's...
gunfight or sent St. John running makes me smile.
I'm gonna do
because you are
something...
no longer in that hole.
I'm gonna do something risky here. But we have to know. So... You're right, I paid a price to get that gun back. Sacrificed a lot. Under the
Yes.
promise that you would all leave here. And go live your lives and start your lives anew elsewhere, but you came back. And I was upset about it, but I accepted it. But you must have come back for a reason. There has to be a reason why you and Travis are still here. What is your purpose? You said you walked this path with a goal of your own. What is your goal? What are you doing?
I want you to know that my goal is different than Travis's. That we walk independently of each other. And at times we come together as one to realign and help one another, and then we saunter off again. You see, that's why we work so well. It's because we don't need to work together. He's been making his own moves while I've been making mine. I do have a certain goal here, Daza. And I will ensure that that goal comes to fruition. But that's only because Travis has his own goals and he's not leaving yet, so I must make my own. I was going to leave after you got the lamb's claw back, but lo and behold, Travis came back without my knowledge, and here we are still, so I have to keep myself entertained. I want the greatest age of outlaw to come. You see, the West is only the West when it's burning bright, when that chaos that Zip lived off
I'm gonna
of
do something
is
risky, guys, but we have to
blazing
know.
its way across these
We have
golden
to know.
sands. Zip was chaos. That's why we remember the Quill Day so fondly, because we rode in the midst of chaos. I plan to bring that back. That feeling, that fire. But alas, I am not Zip Quill, and I'll have to do it in my own way as Indigo Riley Hooper. I will see the greatest age of Oz. I'm tired of hearing about Jack Kettleman. I'm tired of hearing about the past. I shall bring it into the future.
On that we can agree. I do think it's time to look to the future. Been thinking about the future a lot these days. Because what comes after I'm gone is just as important as what comes now. I'm gonna tell you something I haven't told many. Because you see, Indy, I have plans of my own for this place.
Oh?
Many plans. I am going to do something that has not been done in years. You see, the law is slowly consolidating power out east, and this place is being hit as hard as I've ever seen it. But that's neither here or there. You see, I plan to have the largest gathering of Western outlaws out here seen in recent years. A meeting of the West.
Oh, that is a grand dream.
It's no longer a dream now. Looks like it's stepping 1 inch closer to reality, because everyone who I want to attend has given their answer. The law and civility is consolidating power. And I think it's high time people set aside their egos of just for one day, not to all hold hands, but to come together as men and women of the West, to speak of these Western problems that have plagued us all for so long. This will be the largest gathering of Western outlaws we have seen in a long, long time. Organised by me.
As it should be. You are the strongest pillar out here.
Maybe
But
you ought
you
to
know
swing
there-
by, Indy, and see my plans.
I would be honored if you don't think I'll be too out of place. I am the Eastern Westerner.
What's one meeting for old time's sake? A bit of entertainment to brighten up your weeks.
This is my favorite time of day. Because when the sun rises over New Austin, it paints it all gold. Red, it's on fire. I used to stand in Armadillo on top of that water tower with Moon Fraser, and we'd watch every sunrise.
We've told Indy now. Let's see what
I will come
happens.
to your meeting. I will try my best to come to the meeting. Sometimes my work schedule can be overwhelming. But know that, honestly, I really want to be there. Shall I extend the invitation to Travis, or is it just my invitation?
Well, I got a telegram from Travis today, not too long ago.
Oh, he has yet to telegram me back. Stingy man. But he is moving. And I can't wait to see how. He'd telegram you.
He told me of a secret I need to keep and that no one can know.
Oh, that's no fun. All right, I won't press you.
No, I'll tell you. I'm sure you know.
I might.
Offering the vigilantes mercenaries.
Oh, yes. That is, I just learned that today. What is this man doing? St. John telegrammed me and asked me to come to his ranch. Talked about this kind of thing. Travis hasn't really told me about it, so I can't really offer you any more details.
Well, Indy, I don't do schemes. I don't hide things from people. I do not know what he is planning to do.
He plans to ignite chaos, probably.
He wants me to keep this secret and tell no one. But the fact that
Okay.
mercenaries are being hired, or he's offering them mercenaries, and he expects me not to tell anyone out here, is a very big ask. And I guess one could say if I choose not to, and then people find out about it, knowing that I knew about this, well, I guess that's something liable to get me shot, ain't it?
I would never ask you to keep such a thing. That's simply Travis. And if you told people, I wouldn't be upset.
Whatever.
I know how.
You can tell Travis that whatever plan he has, he can be open with the rest of the Westerners and not just me. I'm not going to keep his secrets. Tell him that's a promise I can't keep.
Will do. I could have told him that, but he is moving on his own, and I'm sure he's calculated it into whatever plan he's planning. But I will, in fact, pass on your message. Know that I always love you, Daza. But also know that I love Travis. I expect that if it ever came down to me and Sawyer, that you would push me off a cliff and save Sawyer. I would judge you if you did not. Know that Travis is my Sawyer. But I think you knew that. But that doesn't mean I don't love you. Do you understand? Serafina didn't seem to understand that, and she's angry at me for it.
Well, you ought to know. I love you too. And I always will.
Thank you.
There is one thing that I keep close to my heart. And there is one thing that always comes first to me, Indy.
Please tell me.
Just know that I'll always put the West first.
Please do. If you ever put me first before the West, I will kill you. Because
The
that means you
West.
went back on your word and your principles.
The
And I
West
just
comes
can't allow
first.
that.
You can trust in that. The West will always come first. Now, I don't know what Travis is planning with his little telegram he sent me, but you'd best tell him to be open with the other Westerners because I am going to be keeping those secrets.
100%. I have actually no idea what he's planning. This has all been sprung on me today, and I've been improvising as I've been going along, so I don't sound like an idiot.
Whatever he's
Heck,
plotting
I could-
against St. John, he needs to be, if he wants to be honest about it. I'm not one that does schemes, I'm not one that keeps secrets. I'm not going to make those promises in telegrams, and I'm not going to promise that I'm not going to tell anyone else, because I will.
Because not telling people is lying by omission, and that goes against the honesty of Westerners.
If he has some grand plan for St. John, he needs to be open with the people out here. I will not be asked to keep secrets.
Don't worry. He
It's not who
wants
I
to have
am.
a meeting with you eventually, just you and him. I'm sure he will tell you everything then, but he has to be careful. He can't move openly like I can. He is wanted for first-degree murder, conspiracy against the government, and a litany of other crimes. If they see him, they will drag him to Sisika or kill him on the way, so he must be careful when he moves. It's why we haven't been together, because I am more able to move now that I've been to Sisika.
What keeps you here? What keeps
Travis.
him here? What keeps him here?
I can't say. I've never asked. You see, the mystery of it all keeps me intrigued. If I knew what he was planning or what he was working towards, I would be bored and we wouldn't be together. I like finding out as I'm going along. It makes me excited. Today, when St. John thought I was offering him mercenaries, I almost died of laughter because that was the first I've ever heard of it. Of course, I acted along because it was fun. It was even more fun to tell him that I had no idea what he was talking about at the end after he told me all of his secrets. I wonder what Travis is planning. I can't wait to finally see him again and I can ask.
Oh, you might catch him. I got a telegram not very long ago from him.
That man. Never telegrammed me. I'm gonna pout. I'm gonna send him a pouty telegram.
I will say, Indy, going forward, if you have something you need to do, you and Travis need to do it. You need to do what you set out to do. I'm no one's errand boy.
I never thought that you were. I came to you for the Lamb's Claw because I knew that you would do it. I knew that you could do it. And I trusted you to be able to do it. Couldn't trust anyone else, not after St. John humiliated me like he did. I never thought you were an errand boy. I came running to you crying because you were my big brother. That was as simple as that. Sorry. I should have been able to stand on my own back then, but I was more sensitive. And I did in fact run to you crying and hope that my big brother would fix it.
I did that because you are my brother. And I don't turn away a brother that's in need. But just remember, Indy, remember. It's easy to forget when so much time goes on, when we make new friends and when we make a new family, it's easy to forget our old ones. It's easy to forget Jonesy, Rowan, all the rest that fell, Isaac, Zip. Don't forget them. Don't forget me.
I'd never. I simply moved differently. So please try to remember that I don't forget, and loyalty is everything to me. My loyalty to others is all that I have, even if it's clouded in schemes. I am the most un-Western Westerner that there ever was, and will ever be. And I'm quite proud of that. I don't want to be like everyone else. But I will not forget what Zip taught me. Those were the happiest days of my life.
The old values cannot be forgotten. That is why, one of the many reasons why, I'm calling this meeting. Because someone has to be around to remind people of what the West is truly about, and that's loyalty. Because money can't buy loyalty. That's why when the money runs out for a lot of people out here, the loyalty tends to as well. Wouldn't you say?
100% agree. But we never built our relationship on money. We built it on love and chaos and loyalty. But this is the time when we both step out of Zip's shadow and we move as independent creatures and not as quills. He will always stand with us, but now we walk first. That is what I'm trying to do. It is why we probably will come at odds at times, but I'll never hate you.
I'm a traditionalist. You know this. Traditions are sacred. How we run, how we operate it out here is sacred to me. The way in which we decide to conduct ourselves as people of the West is sacred to me. That will never change.
And I would never want you to change who you are. That's why I love you. Did you know that Danya runs with the vigilantes?
I do. Because the day of the duel I had with Huxley, what could have been the last fight of my life, she rode in on the back of St. John and Zoe's horse and revealed herself to me.
Oh. Austin said something about that today, but he said he didn't have all the story and nor would he tell it on your behalf, that I'd have to get it from you. But he did say that if he sees Danya, she is his to deal with.
I don't have much else to say on Danya. I'm not going after Danya, but I did tell Danya that she is dead to me. I don't want to see her out here. I don't want to speak to her. I don't want to hear the name uttered in my presence. Whatever happens to her out here is none of my concern anymore. She rides with the people that put me down there and can't even properly explain it to me.
Ah, it is the lack of explanation that upsets you then.
No,
Because if she was...
there is no justifying riding with the people into the what could have been the last fight of my life, riding on the back of their horses instead of mine. She should have been with me.
I understand. I'm sorry you had to walk me through that. No, I understand your perspective now. I only brought her up to you because when the deputies kicked down the door to my home in Saint Denis and dragged me out, the undersheriff, and I don't know, his name was Alaric, I think, and they threw me in a cage. They told me that I was wanted for first-degree murder, conspiracy against the government, and a litany of other crimes because there was a certain note that fell into their possession. A blood-stained note that linked me to Charles Redmond's death. That linked Travis to Charles Redmond's death. There is only one note I can think of. Only one. And it is a note that I gave Danya to guard. I want to speak with Danya and understand how it came into Undersheriff Effie's hands. Because of that note, I spent Christmas in Sisika. Now, Sisika is not a terrible place for me. I can schmooze my way through Sisika, even if I was surrounded by my enemies who tried to kill me. But Travis is also implicated in all of those crimes, which is why he has to stay aloof. I do want to speak to Danya and discover how that note got into Law's hands when it was supposed to be in hers. I'm not claiming she is giving information to Law. Don't misunderstand me. I just want to know. Because she still sends me telegrams that she loves me. I got one today that said that she loves me.
Well, I thought she loved me. Or cared. But sometimes people just aren't who you think they are.
That I can agree with. I still love Danya, unfortunately. I think I could love all of my family through hideous things. I could vastly disagree with them in an aggressive way, but my love is not easily tarnished. But I do want to speak with her. Alright, so you haven't seen her. That's alright.
I'm not looking for her. I seek to do no harm to her. But I don't seek her out. I don't wish for her to be near me. I don't care what she does, and I don't care what happens to her. It's none of my concern anymore.
Understood. I imagine if she hangs around St. John, I'll run into her eventually, especially if Travis is moving alongside St. John or doing something with St. John or plotting something. I'm sure I'll eventually see her, so I just have to be patient.
That feeling before entering a new year.
Yes. This will be the best year. I have a feeling.
Me too, Indy. Me too.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask me? Any other questions or feelings you wanted to clear up or get out of the way? I think I'm feeling much lighter after talking to you.
I think I've said about all I needed to say, Indy.
Good. For some reason, Serafina thought that you wouldn't see eye to eye with me. I think she underestimates our relationship and how honest we can be with one another.
Yes. My honesty is not to be underestimated, I suppose.
I wouldn't dare underestimate you with a lie.
I believe
If you ever have questions, simply ask.
honesty
And I'll
is
answer.
a good foundation of brotherhood, wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
So, you're here for Travis, but you don't know why Travis is here.
No, isn't it great? I can't wait until he shows his hand. I simply can't wait.
Nor can I, Indy.
Mm-hmm. Also, don't let St. John get into your head too much. I am not a neck that turns you. California? Maybe. But I am his partner. That's my job. Now, I won't keep you. If you have more things to do, I won't keep you. I'm going to telegram my wayward husband, and then maybe find a nice hole to crawl into. Also, watch out for that Julian. That mongrel that hangs around St. John. He said the next time that he sees you, he's aiming to take your mask and break it over his knee.
That will be the last thing he ever does. If he
That's what I
tries.
told him. He will still try, nonetheless, I think. He's quite a character, that Julian.
Farewell, Indy. I'll see you when I see you.
I'll see you when I see you, and don't be a stranger. Telegram if you get lonely or bored, or need answers to any of your questions.
Sure.
Goodbye, Sam. It was nice to talk over you again. You too, Bex, I suppose. Goodbye, Daza. I'll see you soon.
Bye, Indy. Kaz, how you going, bro? What an interesting scene, guys. Guys, we there was more to that conversation than just catching up with Indy for Dazza. There was another goal we had. I won't spoil it, but there was definitely a purpose for that conversation other than just catching up with Indy or asking Indy what the fuck they were doing. Dazza is playing this a lot smarter. Okay. Guys, yeah, we did a risky move there, but we have to like know, man. But we pretty much got half of the answer, and that's like obviously Indy kind of said it without saying it. It's like, you know, I love you, Dazza, but Travis is gonna come first, like Dahlia would for you. And Dazza said, the West comes first. The West will always come first for Dazza. But Indy gave a very believable excuse, which is like, it could be bullshit, right? But Indy went with the angle of, I did it to wake you back up, like I did it so you'd be angry and you'd come back to reality. Which is like, it is a believable reason, but I think the look Dazza gave at the end kind of says most of it. He doesn't know who Indy is anymore. Like, he sees his brother there, but it's more like this apparition puppeting his brother. Then it just doesn't feel like it's... He doesn't know who Indy is anymore. It doesn't feel like the Indy he once knew. It's like seeing someone else entirely inhabit your brother's body. Like, physically it looks like Indy, but it just feels like there's something else inhabiting him. that is alien to Darren. Because the Indy... The Indy, the Indy that Darren knew was, you know, the Quill Indy, the Indy that, the Indy that would shoot down law and laugh about it in a psychopathic manner. But I think Dazza didn't want to see this side of Indy for a long time. But Dazza also made a move in that conversation, and that's we're gonna see what comes of it. We planted a few seeds. We gotta be honest, man. That's about as honest and fair as we can be. That's about as honest and as fair as we can be. Like, the fact you can't just tell Dazza, hey, I'm offering St. John and the Vigilantes mercenaries, don't tell anyone. Don't tell the West. If Dazza doesn't tell people now, then Dazza is liable to get shot, which may be part of California's plan, I don't know. Now, Dazza would rather have not known. Luckily, Oscar wasn't there. Oh, dude, if Oscar was there, I imagine Indy would be off the cliff. But Dazza is playing the long game here. He's playing it a bit smarter. We dropped a few things, and we're gonna see if it comes back. The purpose of that conversation wasn't just to catch up with Indy and confront Indy. There was another purpose. Daz is thinking of the long picture here, the long situation. I'm glad we got a scene with Indy though. I was wanting to get one in. But we have our answer from everyone. The meeting, we're gonna have everyone there. Everyone has said yes. Which is really cool. Shit. Ooh. What is wrong with my horse? What the hell? What is going on? Dude. There we go. Yes, the fort is a yes. We now have everyone in. We just need to pick a time and a day everyone can make. So hopefully we can. Yeah, I'm probably gonna not be for this world too much longer. I've got plans tonight, so I can't stay up late. Like, I can't roleplay late because I gotta be other places tonight. Hopefully tomorrow or the day after I can be on. Ugh. I need to start thinking of days and times and places for the next scene. Yeah, I think I might end it here, eh? But, yeah. Yep. We're gonna have to tell them. It's not that we don't have to do anything. We don't have to tell them. But Dazza feels like there's an obligation there to say, hey, fucking, this is what Travis is doing, man. Like, how? Surely surely Travis didn't expect Dazza to keep hush that he's giving the vigilantes mercenaries, but he said it's part of a ploy to make people. I don't know what kind of game it was, but Dazza's like, I'm done with these games, man. Don't ask me to keep secrets. I'm not keeping these secrets. That's pretty much Daz's way of saying, hey, I'm telling people this. I'm not one for games, I'm not one for schemes. Or maybe, yeah, maybe Travis wants Dazza to say this. Because he knows Dazza won't keep the secret, but like, dude. That's the thing, right? If Dazza kept it a secret, right, which Dazza wouldn't do, right, because it's in direct conflict with the West, right? If Dazza kept it a secret, and then other people out west find out Dazza kept it a secret, that directly gets Dazza in shit, which is that what California wants? That's what Dazza's wondering now. Like, is he trying to get me into shit? Is like Dazza's wondering, like, why would he telegram me this plan that he knows that Dazza would not agree with? Because what's there to gain from Dazza by keeping it a secret? Nothing. So Dazza's wondering, like, is he trying to fucking screw me here? Like, what's going on? But Dazza's done like with games and schemes and doing favors. Because the last favor he did was for Lamb's Claw, and that almost got Dazza killed. He did that for Indy. Oh man. Alright. Who do we raid? Let's raid Literal Bear. Who said he's gonna steal our mask and try and kill us. Take care, guys. I'll be around the next couple of days. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of in holiday mode. I'm still a bit too relaxed for roleplay. I'm in like holiday mode right now. So yeah, I'll be around. Gonna get the roleplay flowing again. I'll catch you all soon.